guys, it is Delancey. Welcome back. Yes, I am back for my personal hiatus. If you haven't seen the first video that I posted today, I talk a little bit about a life update as well as what you can expect from this channel moving forward. So if you are interested, I will link it up above and down below. But if not, today we're going to be talking about my 2021 reading as well as writing. I have a couple writing resolutions, and we're going to do kind of a brief recap of how 2020 went. And I mean brief, like very brief. And I'm going to give the recap right now. I would rather not talk too much about how my 2020 reading goals went because it was just an utter disaster. Starting with my Goodreads goal, I had set the very ambitious goal of I think 75 books, and to be fair, I was totally on track until about June, and then June came and I just totally nosedived and I fell into a huge reading slump, and I ended up finishing out the year. I don't know entirely yet because it's not, when I'm filming this, I think it's like the 28th. I'm gonna finish out with maybe like 48 to 50 books this year, which is still really good, but you know, totally tanked my Goodreads goal. And as someone who is type A, it's just, it doesn't sit well with me, you know? And then I had a bunch of other reading goals. One of them was to read a classic, and I did do that. I read Emma by Jane Austen, which I actually ended up loving. I also had a goal to finish a manga series. That did not happen. I wanted to tackle more of Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere books. That also did not happen. And I think I wanted to attend like one bookish event in person, and that definitely did not happen. So my 2020 reading goals really just went down the drain, but I did the best I could, and now going into the new year, I have set some goals, fewer goals, less ambitious goals, just to kind of get me back in the flow of things that I feel like I actually may be able to achieve regardless of, you know, what's going on in the outside world as we move into the new year. Anyways, so there are 5 reading resolutions total. The first goal is going to be my overarching Goodreads goal, and that is going to be 45 books. I think that's manageable. I think I can do that. Given everything that's happened this year, I still managed to hit 50, if not just under 50 books, so I think I can do 45. My second reading resolution is to read 2 sci-fi books. This is a repeat resolution from last year. I am trying so hard to get into the genre of sci-fi. I am not there yet. I read Brandon Sanderson's Skyward and Starsight. I loved both of them, and I'm just trying to find my small niche of sci-fi that I know I really enjoy, that I can always turn to, because the thing is, I don't really like post-apocalyptic stories. I don't like dystopian novels. I don't like first encounters with an alien race. It's just not for me. So that really narrows my selections when it comes to sci-fi. 2 books that I'm looking at to fulfill this resolution would be Aurora Rising and Renegades. They're both YA sci-fi, so I think they would be really helpful in easing me into the genre, and I've heard good things about both of them. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm not giving up. My third reading resolution is to read 10 romances this year, which I definitely think I can do. I've been really obsessed with the romance genre lately, and I recently realized that a lot of my favorite booktubers are romance buffs. So I just feel like I need to read more romance. I want to learn more about my tastes, what are my favorite and least favorite tropes. I just want to explore the genre more this year. So I have a handful of books lined up that I'm really excited to dive into that will also involve future videos to come on this channel. I am also super excited to read Helen Hoang's The Heart Principle. She's my favorite romance author, and her 3rd book is supposed to be coming out this year. We'll see. Honestly, any excuse to pick up one of her books, I'm totally down for. Now, my 4th reading resolution I'm pretty excited for, and that is to read 5 books that have been on my Goodreads TBR for 2 years, if not more. A lot of them, the ones that I'm looking at, have honestly been on my TBR for like 5 years. And I'm doing this just so I can get more up to date with a lot of the booktube classics. As a new content creator on YouTube, I feel like there are so many phenomenal books out there that had their heyday before I came onto the scene, and I've totally missed out on them. And I want to change that. And I actually have a few books here that I'm in possession of that I really want to get to, that hopefully I can use for this resolution. The Lightning Thief, this is the Percy Jackson series. There's a show coming out on Disney Plus, so I should have read this like yesterday. God's Grave by Jay Kristoff. I loved Nevernight. That is one of my all-time favorite books, and I need to finish the trilogy, and yeah, what am I doing? I don't even know. Stalking Jack the Ripper, that's a really popular one. Of course, Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This is a crime that I haven't read this, and I have this beautiful collector's edition from my friend Shelby. Shout out to you, Shelby. As well as Red Sister by Mark Lawrence, another one I heard good things about. And these are just books that I physically have on hand right now. There are so many more. There's actually a readathon that is held in March called the Backlist Readathon that is dedicated specifically to reading backlisted books. And I wanted to participate last year so badly, and I just couldn't fit it in, but this year I think I can. And I definitely want to do that because that's the perfect way to fulfill this resolution, if you know what I mean. And finally, my 5th reading resolution is to finish every book of the month selection I make in the year 2020. I want to read it in 2020. That was phrased really weird, but basically what I'm saying is that any book I select from the Book of the Month subscription service this coming year, I want to finish in this coming year. I was doing really good about it last year, and then I started over ordering. I would order like 3 books in my box, and they just started piling up in the corner, and I just am finicky. I just like to finish everything that I start, so hopefully this will also deter me from overbuying. That's just a small little 5th resolution that I wanted to throw in there to help kind of keep me in check and also prevent me from just completely going off the hinges and buying every book in sight. So that's gonna do it for my reading resolutions, and I quickly wanted to mention my writing resolutions as well. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I am a new fiction writer, and I thought it would be fun and helpful to set 2 writing goals to kind of keep me on track in this new year, but I kept them simple and broad and general so it wasn't too overwhelming. So my first writing resolution is to participate in at least one of the 2 Camp NaNoWriMo events happening during the year. If you've watched previous videos, I've participated in National Novel Writing Month every November for 2 years now. I really enjoy it, and I want to give camp a try. Camp is also a month-long event. It happens in April and July. It's much more casual though. You set your own writing goals. I just wanted to give it a try. I want to keep the excitement going, and I think it will help motivate me to continue writing throughout the year. And my second writing resolution is going to be to finish the first draft or the 0 draft of a second book. This past November, leaking into December, I ran off a little bit. I finished my first draft of a novel ever, and it was a fantastic experience, absolutely wonderful, and I just want to keep going. I want to keep exploring new ideas, and I think setting a goal for myself to finish the first draft of another story is a great goal to set for myself. I think it's manageable, I think I can do it, and I plan on accomplishing that probably during NaNoWriMo 2021. So I'm putting it out there in the universe now, and hopefully my brain will put that on the back burner and come up with some new ideas. That is going to do it for my reading and writing resolutions. If you have any of your own, be sure to comment them down below. I would love to hear what you guys are aiming for in this new year. Otherwise, that's going to do it for me, and I will catch you next Tuesday with another video. Bye, you guys!